And just, I'll get this guy out of the way. You can use this tool to hide polygons. Use like double click and it'll hide the entire polygon that is in that sort of enclosed mesh, which is pretty handy. So then I can actually paint behind this. What I'm doing here is just sort of working with my sort of like highlight color, not so much highlight color, but like maybe like the lightest value that sort of makes up this material without being too bright. And then just sort of throwing in some subtle shading on the side. It's quite dark here. I don't think we'll go that dark. Maybe in the very corners we could sort of throw some of that extreme dark value in.
Laura's wondering if you have to be careful about colors getting muddy, or maybe how you avoid that.
Yes, you definitely have to be careful on avoiding muddy colors. And right now everything is kind of muddy still. That'll be sort of alleviated when you start putting in a bit more shadowing, sort of highlights and shadow somewhat, as well as introducing some color variation breakup. Like the gold is a great example of how much sort of color variation and color breakup there is going on in this sort of metallic texture, which right now I haven't got pretty much any of that. And that'll, yeah, that's something you have to sort of put into your texture. And we can sort of do that through painting on a base layer. I like to use maybe a color layer to introduce some of that later on, and an overlay layer. Like I use these, I like to get a solid base first, and then I'll then jump to my color and overlay to sort of introduce a lot of these extra effects into the texture. But yeah, it's sort of like one step at a time at this point. Another thing I like to do is, like, once I throw down these initial colors, I can then I can use these selection sets to, let's do the gold actually. Okay. Okay. So I have the gold area unfrozen, if we're in talking 3D code terms. You can use things like texture adjust, hue saturation brightness, and this will help you. This can help you quickly tweak. Turn preview on. Tweak your values a little bit more if they're sort of too bright.